right. Okay, looks like the chat comes in. All right, beautiful. I'm also going to need. I'm gonna have the chat for both the Streamlabs and the coming up and the OBS. I don't know why that took so long for me to say. Or maybe I could just have. Resume review. All right. Pop out chat. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is beautiful. All right, and then I have to go to my youtube.com/Shortokai. I have to do at Lordokai for whatever reason. No, all right. Nope. There it is. Free resume reviews. At Lordokai for whatever reason. Okay. Pop up chat. Okay. So we are doing it. This might be a total flop, but I am streaming resume reviews. This is a free tool to, give people a leg up in today's society where you need to have a stacked resume, you need to have a stacked portfolio, and I'll be there to guide you every step of the way. To start off, I just want to show you some resumes that I've critiqued over the past week or so, and then try and do resume reviews with you. I am always available. There is a link in the description if you want to partake. Essentially, I will review your resume and provide you feedback either in real time or asynchronously, however much you prefer. With that being said, oh, we got 10 minutes to stream time actually. Let's see. Let's take this time to started a bit early, but that's okay. Better to be earlier than late. Oh. Okay. All right, let's get the show on the road. All right. So, one thing that I want to do first and foremost is show a resume that I've already gone over and talk about the changes that I make from start to finish. I believe the best way to do that was to make or have a copy of the original and then have a copy of what I changed. So I noticed a little bit of the formatting from start to finish. Let's see if I can fix that up real quick. Doesn't look like I can without. Yeah, I don't risk it. We will fix that in post. As oh no. Okay, I got it. I got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, I like that. All right. It's gonna look weird when I flip between tabs, but hey, I like this way better. It just needs to be aligned a little bit more. There we go. All right. Um, I do want to open up by saying having a picture of yourself in your resume, it's really going to be dependent on the audience that you have. I blurred out his image for privacy reasons, obviously. Uh, the big thing is if you are marketing yourself, If you are, I guess, comfortable with how you look and you want your potential interviewer to see how you look prior to meeting you, it's not a bad idea. It just really depends who your audience is. Coming from an IT background, I would not put my image out there at all. Pretty much because, from an IT perspective, people just care about results. People just care about what you do, how you do it, and what results you achieved. With a marketing or accounting degree, I can definitely see the opposite, where you want to market, how you look. Appearances are a lot in degrees or majors where you are the product, you are the service. So because of that, it really just boils down to what you're aiming for. That being said, I still would recommend not having your image, but that is just up to you at the end of the day. One thing that I did change. Oh, oops. I went to the part that I did change. Some things that I did change. I was able to take this from a 2-page resume to a 1-page resume. These things say exactly the same things or similar things, but when you consolidate the resume, it looks much better. The reason why it looks much better is just for the simple fact of readability alone. If you are asking somebody to look at your resume, do you really want them to be sifting through multiple pages of who you are? In my opinion, it's better for someone to gauge very quickly who you are and what results that you achieved near instantly the second that they see your resume or who you are as a person. And I believe consolidating resumes is the best way to do that. Let's see, right out of the gate, um, the get in contact, it's not a terrible part to put in. You want the interviewer to know what your contact details are from the moment they see your resume. There's nothing wrong with that. Personal details, I'm going to advise against putting your date of birth. I know you are in a different country than the US. If that is the general recommended practice in your country, then by all means go for it. Oh, also, let me link you directly. If that's something that is more preferential, who the hell puts their deal? Yeah. The chat here, who puts their date of birth in a resume? It really just depends. I would not recommend putting it on there. I don't think your age really matters. Uh, they pretty much know you are young, depending on what position you apply to, and pretty much where and when you graduated. Because of that, like your date of birth is pretty much negligible. Never put your date of birth, gender, marital status, race, etc. Yeah, I agree. It's really going to be dependent on what you're going for. In general, you definitely don't want to put stuff like that on there. If, let's say, someone directly tells you, that is a recruiter for a company that directly tells you to put something like that on there, then maybe you have a case for it. But in general, you just want to stick with the very basics. Maybe like what level of experience you have, things like maybe city, but you really don't want to put anything like this on there. I recommend deleting this, but that's just going to be up to you. Oh, let's go to the part where I didn't do any changes. The untouched copy of it. skills, the skills section, while these aren't the worst things to put on a resume, it doesn't really tell anyone anything about you. Uh, Really, when you put on skills, you want to put on marketable skills that everyone in your major should have. So if we were to do a Google search, accounting, necessary accounting skills to have, you could put stuff like that on here. Let's see. So the best thing that you could do for your resume in terms of skills is literally research account. Actually, let's see what he is first. First off, that way I'm not. All right, it looks like passion for accounting, B-commerce. Hopefully I didn't take off too much of his resume. I don't know what he graduated with. I'm just gonna put like an accounting resume. Too many words. What showed up in Google is much better, of course. Oh, here's the chat. 1000% agree. When a resume reviewer, when a recruiter looks at your resume, you have almost 5 to 10 seconds, if that, of time for them to see if you're a good candidate or not. So making sure that you have just keywords alone goes a very long way in determining if you are a good candidate or not. It determines a lot about who you are and what skills that you can market yourself in whichever place you apply to. So let's find some parts to replace. So adaptability to rapidly changing environments. We could literally just delete that last part and just put adaptability. Collaborate. Let's see. We could maybe change that up with communication. Let's have this side by side. Let's see. Accounting skills tab. One thing that would be extremely important to put on your skills are, because I see you have courses and certifications on your resume, something you could pretty much put down are skills that you learned from your courses and certifications. Let's see. So if you took accounting fundamentals, you could literally put accounting fundamentals. And then when they look at your courses and certifications, they know that you are certified in accounting fundamentals. Let's see. But if there is something, let's see. Let's just detail oriented. Which, by the way, organization. Yes, agreed 1000%. How are you, Bubbles? Which I do want to point out, if you are going to put detail oriented, there are a lot of spelling mistakes on your resume, and it's not a bad thing if you are. It's extremely bad. People understand more when, because I know English isn't the first language. I know when we talked, English isn't your first language. I believe it's either one of these two. So it makes sense that there are spelling mistakes, but if you really are detail oriented, you want to have as little mistakes as possible. I put this in a comment here, technical writing. What we should do is evaluate what technical writing really means. In the changes that I made, I pretty much just eradicated that immediately. Technical skills is very important to include in your resume, but nobody knows what the heck technical writing means. So I just deleted that, and then say you want to keep that on there, we can talk about that, and we'll get that conversation going. Basics of Microsoft Office Word. That's not bad. I think what you should straight up just do is just do Microsoft Office, and then, or you can do Office 365 and then do Word, Excel, blah, 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 blah. Waste of space if there is only one item in a category. Are you referring to this right here? Collaboration. Yep, I see what you're saying. Let's see. Hold on. We already have adaptability. We have collaboration, which is pretty much teamwork. Time management. Let's do communication. Which could be... These two could go hand in hand, but I do see what you're saying regarding just having like all this white space right here. I know it just said Microsoft Word on there. Yes, you can, bro. You can submit your resume right now, and then once I'm done critiquing this one, I will get to that. Does that sound okay? Oh, let me put the chat right there. And then let me know when you do, okay? Bet. Oh, oops. Wait a minute. Is this test? Oh. For whatever reason, it's using my my personal YouTube channel to message, so that's cool. I don't know why it's doing that, but hey, I'm not complaining. All right. Language is known. This is nice. Really depending on if you're fluent in them with it. I know when we've spoken, I can easily attest to, oh yes, big information. Um if you do put any personal identifiable information in it, wait, is that personal identifiable information? If you do put any, let me know so I could literally just take it to my left side of the screen and then X out anything that shows anything about you. All right. Yeah. I pretty much the biggest issue with sending in PDFs is I just have to do a lot of, I guess, changes. Like this one did not look as polished as this, and this doesn't even look super polished. The formatting got very wonky, but hey, it works now. It's serviceable, I'd say. So let's go after skills. I'm going to put a comment here, and then pretty much this is going to be up to what's this guy's name? Oh, I took off his name. This is going to be up to R to put in more skills. So I'm going to leave a comment there for him to say, hey, needs more skills. Yeah. Let's see. Salim says definitely needs more work. PDFs are the correct format when applying to a job. Agreed, 1000%. I think for submission purposes, for me to review them, I recommend Google Docs or a docx file because it's easy to review. When you are doing that final submission, PDF all the way. Let's see. Definitely needs more work. And that can be just attributed to this guy, is just out of college. So he doesn't have a lot of experience. And that's something we're going to get into around here. So let us continue. Let us venture forth. This is only a flex if you are fluent in these languages. God forbid, you're in a interview, and then the person interviewing you is fluent in French, and they ask you questions in French, and you're stuttering, you're stumbling, you don't know what to say. They're gonna call you out immediately. I can easily tell you to keep these because I personally know like what you speak. So yeah, keep these. English, I personally know that you can speak that and you're fluent in it. So yeah, keep that. French, I mean, if you're fluent in it, like go ahead. Courses and certifications. And then chat says you are gonna look like a liar, which is, oh, actually I can just put this right here. The chat. Perfect. You are gonna look like a liar, and Like, you want to put everything that is marketable in your resume that isn't a lie. You can stretch the truth a little bit, but only if you can back things up in a conversation. If you can do that, then bro, sky's the limit on what you want to put on your resume. But it all gets revealed in that interview. So watch out. Don't do anything dumb. Don't put anything dumb. I've heard stories from hiring managers that they see a resume, they see a extremely like dope resume on, uh, how this one guy put SQL on his resume, how he reduced a lot of whatever project a lot of the load on the database from whatever project he was working on. They asked him in the interview if he could do simple select statements, and this dude like fumbled the bag extremely hard. You don't want to do that. Microsoft using AI tools, Microsoft Office using AI tools. That I don't know. That doesn't really tell me anything. It just looks like you. It just seems like you like went on Microsoft Word and just used their whatever ChatGPT extension they have nowadays. Uh, you need to maybe go in depth with it, or maybe put in what AI tool you specifically used. That way, somebody can look that up and see what you did. All right. So AI tools are built into Word. Yeah. So with that being said, it's not a flex to put AI anymore. Just AI itself is not a flex anymore. You want to be putting things like what specific tools you're using or what you achieved doing it. Finance. I'm gonna tell you right now, just remove that. There's like I can understand if you took courses relating to finance, and I think you should just say that. But just putting like finance, the word on there doesn't make any sense. All right. So one thing, let's skip this part here because I want to get to Cool Ninja 4's resume. One thing I recommend personally, if your education, and I took off the college name just so it takes off PII and stuff like that. Uh, if your college that you're going to is impressive, like the Harvard name, if you're going to Harvard, you want to put fucking Harvard pretty much at the top because the name alone just sets you apart from a lot of people. If you're going to maybe like a community college, if you're going to a college that isn't very well known, you want to be putting this at the bottom. It really just depends how important you're placing the portions in your resume. So, oh, don't have it in two places. Perfect that you brought that up because this person put in their profile summary in two places as well. So one of the biggest things, like I just told them to straight up just delete it and then put in your internship experience at the top. Graduation, that's pretty much all they care about unless you did extracurriculars. Pretty much don't be a bum. Like if you did a lot of things for your university, like you set up clubs, you did a lot of things for your community specifically, those are things you want to include in your education history because it shows that you took initiative and it shows that, you actually care about the communities that you live in and the communities that I don't know how it is in. I don't know what. Actually, I'm not going to say the country you live in because that's personal identifiable information. But I'm going to recommend you just delete these. I believe class X is class 10, obviously, if you're using Roman numerals. So class 11. Oh, that's class 12. I recommend just deleting these. Like, I don't think these don't impress me at all. And then if your grade is also if that translates to a D, like you really don't want to put those on there. Really, what you want to do, I see these projects and I see these internships. You want to put these literally at the top. Like I want to know as an interviewer, I want to know that you did a lot of experience. I don't care about your education history as much as I see the projects that you actually did and completed and did well. So research intern, I think research assistant or whatever. Uh, let's see. I made the changes here as to not bore you. So let's see. At college, I removed the college name, obviously. Initiated a project. Yup. Agreed. Week long endeavor. One thing that I also want to draw attention to is you're saying a lot of things here that you already are in the title. If you are already saying that this was a week long project, there's no point in putting a week long project in the description itself. This right here, it's a lot of words, and I don't get anything from it. Like I can read this front to back, left to right, top to bottom, and I still couldn't tell you what you accomplished with this. You want to say things like, "We, I led a team of 5 to advocate millet consumption. This led to a 30% increase in millet sales," or something like that. I want to know what you did, what you accomplished, and what result did this even have on the community that you helped. Hey, 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 another chat on the other stream. What is up, my brother? Brother. Oh, send in your. Where is that link for the resume? Copy link. That is not a good link. Huh. Let's see. Why isn't this? Open link, new tab. Wow, why is this so? There it is. All right, I got it. Oh, it did not carry over the link. Anyways, let's keep this train going. So, I just want to. I'm just going to show you all the changes that I made. That way, we can go on to Cool Ninjas. By the way, has there been any other submissions? Forms of Sarah. Hopefully I don't need to sign. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, no, it just logged me in automatically. Never mind. Google Forms. Google Forms. Go to Forms. Oh, and I should not put anyone's information out there. So responses. Cool Ninja. You put in your. Okay, this is good. So one thing I want you to do, these are the changes that I made to R's resume. I want you to just look it over while I scrub through this guy's resume real quick. Cool NJ, are you still there, by the way? That way I'm not. That way I'm not destroying anyone else. Dang. Okay, one thing I do want to say. Okay, what's up? I did have to. you removed it everywhere besides the title. One thing I want to show you when you go from PDF to Google Docs, like I pressed open with Google Docs, this PDF, and then it did this to the resume. If you do have a doc copy of your resume, that'll be dope. Um, it would allow me to make changes as if these were headers and stuff like that. I can still make the headers, I can still bold everything. It'll just take time. But, it really just depends. It's up to you. I can just critique it as is. It's no worries, it's no issues on my end. It's just up to you. I made it in latex. I can share you that file. Sure, if it's a doc or PDF, yeah, put it in the do the submission link again and then just let me know. All right, anyways, uh for these ones, I just wanted to show the contrast. So here with the same project, I condensed this from saying at college, we initiated a project to promote blah, 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 blah. Like you could easily just say, let a 1 week long project. So I'm going to delete that part because we can either say it in the title or say it in the bullet point. Let a 1 week long, and that's not going to, I don't think that's going to translate well. All right, you know what? We'll just do it in a PDF and then we will, how about this? We'll do it as a PDF, and then as we go, we'll add the boldness and then the line breaks. It shouldn't be that difficult. So yeah, we'll do it that way. It's no biggie. The PDF is fine. In what regard? The PDF is fine. All right, yeah, that. The one thing that I do like the PDF for, or a doc file for, is just putting comments. If I'm just gonna say it like this, if Cool NJ or Cool Ninja doesn't doesn't really mind whichever way we do the review, you got to change your text to live chat. You got to change your text to live chat instead of top chat. I don't know what that means. Instead of what's top chat? Regardless, cool NJ, it's up to you if you want to just review it like that. It means no matter to me. We can literally just change things as we go. Also, things I changed. So graduation, I literally put that at the bottom. I don't know how impressive your college is. If it's a very prestigious college, put it at the top. Put it somewhere where somebody can see it and recognize it. I went with a safe bet and just put internships and projects at the top. So the business project served as an educational. All right, I changed that to literally just say advocating for the usage of millets in the community led to a 12% overall increase in millet awareness. You need to change that up with how the deliverables in your project were. Obviously, millet awareness doesn't sound good at all. So let's see. Can you continue working? Continue with the PDF work. All right, yeah, perfect. That works for me. Works for me. Let's see. I'm gonna see if you sent me any messages, Elijah. All right, no messages there. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to delete these parts because these 3 bullet points say everything that these paragraphs need to say. There is a lot of white space. What I can recommend for this person specifically is to get back to me, fill up the white space on there, and then we'll go from there. I also want to change up the skills section, because I took that off. Beautiful. So look at that. It's no complete resume by any means, but I personally believe this is way better than how it started. We can compare that side by side real quick. And then this person specifically can reach out to me with any questions. All right, let's go to, where's that at? Cool NJ, what is he? In terms of, he's an accounting major, I believe. I believe his logic was that he does both. Like, he took a lot of programming classes. I sent him this live stream specifically. He might be unavailable right now. He's in India. So he's probably asleep right now, honestly. Yeah. His resume isn't good for accounting. Okay. You know, that's a very fair point. Let's go back into, all right, good. Changes of resume are final. let's do final comments. Your resume still needs a bit more work to be serviceable. Needs to show what you're going for. What is the internship about? Yeah. Include details of what Yeah, that is a very, very good, extremely good chat right there. Full stack, because it literally, yeah, you're right. It talks about the internship program, but in here, it doesn't even talk about anything like that. Are you an accounting major or resume should all right. I'll hit this guy up later. Now let us go to Cool NJ. Career objective. Let's also put I didn't do anything. Nothing happened there. Let's see. Can I even put that side by side? Nah. All right. Career objective. Let's make that bold. Let's make this bold as well. Projects bold. Certifications bold. Achievements bold. All right. See, career objective to contribute in the advancement of humanity by developing and implementing cutting edge technologies that solve real world problems. And what the are you solving cancer or something? Are you curing cancer? Remove the first 8 words in career objective. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Developing and implementing cutting edge technologies that solve real world problems. Remove education to the bottom. Yes, that is a given. It's really going to be dependent on, is the university that you graduated from impressive? Say if it says Harvard or an Ivy League school or something known for tech like MIT or something like that, then you'd want to include education somewhere at the top, but only if that's your most impressive, if that's the most impressive attribute on your resume. Like if I see somebody that graduated from MIT, I'd want to know that front and center. Unless they like had an internship at like Tesla or something like that, or something more impressive than their education at MIT, like you typically want to have your internships and projects at the top. As a resume reviewer or a recruiter, I want to know what you did, what you accomplished, and what effect that it had. And education, it doesn't really fit that quality. I just want to know it. To sum it up, it's quite literally a checkbox. Did you graduate from university? Yes. Goodbye. Like that. That's it. High school, bro. Nah, you got to take that off. Remove all Coursera Udemy reference. I actually, or I didn't get that far, but while I'm looking at everything else, explain to me why Coursera slash Udemy isn't the best. Let's see. Let's take off. Remove. Actually, remove Boom, boom. Pursuing, okay, so it looks like you're pursuing your bachelor's of technology at, okay, affiliated with university specializing in computer science. Okay, so you're a computer science major. Let's also capitalize that. Coursera and Udemy are not certification companies, it's YouTube videos. Oh, wait, no, Udemy. Or does Udemy lead you into certificates? Come to think of it, I haven't heard any Udemy specific certifications, so yeah, that that is extremely correct then. Let's see. No. Mm, computer science and information. How the wait is it? What is a CGPA? CGPA. Let's see. CGPA max. All right. So okay, that's cumulative grade point average, and it's 10. All right, so a 7.2 out of 10, that just means you averaged what, a C? Or Coursera, it's glorified YouTube. Udemy isn't real certs. Okay, gotcha. Okay, if you're getting a 72% out of 100, that's not extremely impressive. You typically want to remove that unless you're near 4.0. Like, to give you more perspective, I had a 3.8 something GPA, and I still sometimes don't put that on my resume just because it's not as impressive. It really depends on the job you're applying for. Uh, but with that being said, you want to remove something like that. The goal is to reinforce or everything that you put in your resume should be a reminder of how hard you work. If you're putting a below average or average GPA, it's not a reminder. Let's see, it's not linear, it's similar to percentile. Okay. Then let me ask you this. Is a 7.2 CGPA really good or really bad? Or is it somewhere in between? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, with 0 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, similar to how a CGPA is, tell me how relevant or important having a CGPA in there. It's like good, but not really good. Okay. I'll leave that up to you. If a CGPA or having a 7.2 CGPA is really impressive, then put it on there. If it's average, I wouldn't recommend unless it's on that. It's unless it's higher than average, then put it on there. If it's not, then honestly, I just recommend omitting it, just taking it off. Let's see, affiliated with university specializing in computer science, pursuing. I think you can just simplify that. Such a huge degree. Let me see what I did on my resume. Oh, but that's why do you default to that? Bear with me for one moment. I'm going to look at my resume and see what I did for education. All right. So literally, oh man, I don't want to put. All right. Let me just put it on Notepad. Oh, my notes for this session actually. Bachelor of Science, Computer Science. Like, tell me, remove it. It's not if it's not a 10, don't do it. It needs to be perfect. Let's see. Tell me how much more easier it is to read what I have versus what you have. Like here, I have to sift through everything that you wrote just to see that you're going through computer science and information technology. What you can do, you can just do Bachelor of Science, you can do Bachelor of Technology. You don't need to put at college name. You'll the part that you put, like you want to have, I'll just show you. You're gonna have a part that literally shows where you graduated from or where you're going to graduate from, and it'll be clear from there. Affiliated with university, yeah, delete that because you're already gonna say where you're going to. Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Technology, and then Computer Science and Information Technology. Let's take off that GPA. And then we want to do anticipated graduation date. December. Ugh, that is ugly. Let's do this. I'm still here watching. Did you just change your name to organization? Oh, I thought you were saying the word organization. Why is your name? why did you why just put organization at the end of your name? Still here watching. What is up, Bubbles? You did not. All right, let's see. Let's keep this going. Let's also Bachelor of Technology. We can also let's bold this real quick because that's a title. December 2025. This just shows that you're going to be graduating December 25. You're registering my FN. Blah, 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 okay. And then here's where you want to put literally, like, get me in the VC. Remove the pretext. Yeah, I got you. Let's join up. Pop me in your VC. Oh, goddamn my ears. Turn on microphone. Oh, allow. I'm in the staff only VC. Raggy retard! What the fuck? Why? Why was that so loud?
It wasn't on the stream, so you're good.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, the
Oh, wait.
pretext, professional qualifications and education, that needs to be removed. It's redundant.
Let's see. Pretext. Let me share my screen. Or
I
professional.
can see it on the stream.
Beautiful. Like that, right? Alright, agreed. Bro. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna go with how this was before. How did it look? Where is your goddamn resume? There it is. Pursuing Bachelor of Technology, blah, 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 blah. Educational qualifications. No, we deleted that part.
Oh,
What's up?
I think the big thing you should point out to people, these last two resumes obviously are people that are just entering the job market,
Yep.
are very new, and your resumes obviously show that. So
Right.
if I'm looking at your resume and I know you're a newbie, pretty much you're looked at as almost worthless. So how are you better than that?
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing I'm looking for, your certifications, classes, things you've done on your free time outside of school, because school is borderline useless. So what are you doing besides school? So education should always be put last, pretty much 99% of the time. Even if you had a PhD, I don't actually care. I want to know what you've been doing with that. So your certifications up always first, projects, any work experience, obviously work experience is always number one. But for newbies like you and the previous person, certifications, projects up at the top.
I agree. All right, let's see. What does that removed mean? Let me see how it looked on your previous. Oh, that's the name of the project, is it? Also, cool NJ, you still there? That way you can give me some context on some of this that you did. RAG implementation. I'm gonna read this in good faith and see what I can take away from here. An LLM-based Python app implementing the retrieval augmented generation pipeline. It allows. I removed the name of the. Okay. It allows. It allows users to upload and create a knowledge base to enhance the knowledge of LLMs. The project also includes a working authentication system.
I would just remove, the
Yeah.
last sentence there.
Or what I usually do for resumes that I do is I'll put in right after the. Let's take off this bullet point as well. I'll put in the tech stack right here. So I'll put, it looks like you did Django, LangChain, blah, 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 blah. Let's put that right there. Let's also bold this so they know it's a title. Is the font bigger here? Let's make this 12. There we go. And then this, we will italicize that. We're gonna take out render.com. That way you don't need to put, that way you literally don't need to put your tech stack right there. And then in this section here, now you can start putting your deliverables. Let's see.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, because if I'm looking at your resume, I'm looking at your skills,
Yup.
and that I like that.
So right
that puts
here,
all your skills right there.
exactly. Like just putting it in the bullet point, like I worked with this, I worked with this. Like it's a lot of fodder when you could easily just put it right here, and the reviewer, the recruiter will literally be like, oh, he worked with this, he worked with that, and it's everything is self-explanatory. Would put it there. It allows users to upload and create a knowledge base to enhance the knowledge of LLMs. So that right there is an important point. Let's see if we can dissect that and see what we can come up with. So it says here that this enhanced the knowledge of LLMs. I want to know how you did that. Increased the community's knowledge of LLMs by XX%. I moved the name of the chatbot.
Like you said, their percent, any type of quantifiable
Exactly.
percentage, number, something, I'm looking for that. I don't really care for words because your words you can speak during your during your interview.
Yep.
The whole point of a resume is you're trying to get an interview. It's not supposed to be a book or a novel. It's an advertisement piece of you and why I should waste my time talking to you for a job position, right? Because my time is very important. So what's going to be the most impressive thing?
With that being said, Cool NJ, how do you know what you did increase the community's knowledge? How does what you did enhance the knowledge of LLMs in general? We're gonna put a pin in that, and then we're just gonna go on to the second deliverable. I want you to write something that like it actually did that we can justifiably and quantifiably put on your resume. Let's see.
Well, a part of it is the RAG, but again, like what knowledge, what community, like because are you targeting something specific? Because LLMs in general are already smart. So are you making it better with programming help, with documents helps? Like what is it supposed to be smarter in?
Let's see. Right, because as you so are they creating a knowledge base? Is this a is this a tool for people to?
It's a tool for LLMs to make them be able to retrieve hyper-specific information on a certain use case using a RAG. A RAG is like a database for an LLM to use.
But is the thing I'm trying to pick apart is this to help other people create a platform for it, or is this specifically for?
That's good too. Yeah, I mean, if I look at this, I want to know like, I don't really care about Python app. But like, I want to know that you're actually using RAG. What yeah, customers you're serving and what type of data are you dealing with. The rest is just kind of redundant. Yeah, because it's more impressive because again, think of it. It's a billboard. You're advertising. I want to know the most impressive things because you can explain to me that you made it in Python the whole 9 yards when we're on the phone. But before we're on the phone, like, were you messing with this with your friends? I don't really care. Were you trying to make a product for helping people in a certain like community, people at school, etc., for some hyper specific thing? Okay, that's impressive to me because how's that any different than me wanting to make a commercial product out of that?
Basically made a knowledge base to add additional information in. So you
Okay, so
made
it's a platform.
okay,
Go ahead.
right? It's a platform for people to. Is it just like a glorified like comment section or something or?
He said, uh, well, no, he said that it's a platform to add your own knowledge. So
Gotcha.
that's not relayed at all in this information. So that's even more impressive. So that whole thing should just be deleted and then just put that that you used LLMs, a RAG, to make a platform to allow for users to create hyper-specific AIs. Short, sweet, simple, to the point, and that's going to be way more impressive to me.
Beautiful. Like, and then obviously I'll link this back to you somehow. We'll link up on the Rootkit Discord, and then I'll send you whatever like we have. We have about what 20 minutes left, and I just doxed myself. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna delete that part. So now let's get into this part. AI assisted software development using AI agents.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
I think just the same thing there. We don't
right
have to go through for time wise
one
for
thousand
editing
percent.
all this,
Yep.
but tools moved up to the top again. Yeah, you can keep the GitHub link there. I'm gonna be honest, like no one's gonna be looking at GitHub or typing in those GitHub links, so they're arguably not even worth keeping in there.
It's
If
actually no,
anything,
it's actually really gonna be dependent. Like I remember the GitHub links that I put in my interview, they actually did look at that and see the code base. So it's really gonna be
yeah,
dependent on who you're interviewing with.
it's no, it's for the space savings. You leave it right at the top along with your
Oh,
LinkedIn, and that's it.
gotcha, gotcha.
But yeah, obviously that paragraph there, reduce it to just one small simple sentence. Same thing we were talking about, like
Mhm.
big major points.
Yep.
Slam on that.
And then
Um,
if you have any questions, literally hit us up in the Rootkit Discord. Let's move on.
yeah,
Um,
you don't have to worry about editing everything there.
yep.
Certifications,
Remove everything.
successfully passed and successfully completed. Remove all that. That's
Yep.
redundant because if you're adding it here, I'm going to assume you passed it, and
Right.
I don't know why you'd want to say you failed something. At the end of that, anything from Coursera, from Udemy, remove that because it's not impressive. And what's more impressive is if you just have that there and alone. And now I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to bring you up on an interview because I see that, and that's impressive. And the first thing I'm going to ask you is, um,
Like where did you get
or
it from?
maybe I won't
Or
even ask you at all, is if these are like from Google themselves. I may or may not even ask you at all. But the point is, it doesn't matter. The point is, you looked in the training and you got me on the phone.
yep.
Those are the two important things. If you're not getting me on the phone, then I don't. Who cares? You're failing your job, and I'm moving on to someone else.
Right. And cloud is a
That looks way
huge,
more.
yes, a cloud is a huge plus on a resume. So just literally boiling it down and just showing reviewers or recruiters that you are proficient in stuff like this goes a long way in an interview.
Yeah, yeah. For achievements ranked among, remove all that. Just top 34.
Well, no.
Again,
Is this top amongst 34 people? Because then you can be like, you can put in more things with it. Let's see. Like
I
work.
wouldn't say anything else than top 40, top
Right.
35.
Gotcha. So this is top 34 out of another. So let's do
Yeah.
top top 34. the Technium 7th edition organized by LTTS. What's 7th? Oh, I guess that's the 7th anniversary
It,
of the competition, right?
it doesn't really matter too much. If there's over 10,000 teams, that is an impressive metric. You
Yeah,
don't have that here. No one knows what this
right.
stuff is. So I'm just going to be like, oh, that's cool. It's probably out of 100. That's my essential assumption
Yeah,
here. It's out of 10,000, then add that there. So top 34
out of
out
10,000.
of,
Yeah.
there you go. You need to look impressive. Got to advertise yourself.
Oh. And then
For
I
the
want to
next
know.
point,
Actually, hold on. I want to know: is this a hackathon? I don't know what the hell Tech Gym is. Like, is this a Tech Gym hackathon? If so, then I know what this is about.
I guess that's a valid point too. While you respond to that, let's just move to the next one. Remove completed boot camp, completed workshop, successfully completed. Yeah, on all three of those spots.
AR, VR. All right, we're gonna come back to this because that doesn't make any sense either. Let's see. Waiting for you. It's a hackathon. Beautiful. Elijah, should I include research event or is that not? Is that redundant?
Um, research
What I
event.
can do though, LTTS hackathon, and then take that off.
No, I would no. Oh, from his comment, I would just no hackathon, not research event. Research event is less impressive. Hackathon is more impressive.
We are currently in the process. Bro, then put that on there. Bro, if you're about to get published, I want to know that.
Okay, yeah, you're not putting the right words on here.
Yeah, dude, you're doing like from what you're saying, you're doing a lot of impressive stuff. I want to know that. Like you have 10 seconds with me at best. Also, we have a lot of white space here that we need to do something about. But you're telling me a lot of impressive things, but I don't know that on the first glance
Well,
of your
yeah.
resume.
Well, that should be a project. Honestly, don't put that as an achievement because
Sure.
I would do it as a project so you can include more details,
Yeah.
or I would put your achievements more towards the top. Because again, like I just got a resume here. You do that. I literally got a resume at work because I vet everyone. So I'm vetting someone for a new job, and I literally spent 10 seconds looking at the resume.
Yup. You have
And then
10
I was like,
seconds of
ah,
this.
all right, sure. Well, I'll talk to him. I didn't read any of his bullet points, any of the specifics. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah, you get that in. It's not published yet, so I did not mention it. Okay. This is something I don't have as much expertise in. Elijah, if it's not published, should he mention it or should he wait until it's fully published?
It's up to you. Because I've worked on things on papers that ended up not getting published. So you can say pending publishing,
Okay.
or you can add it as a project if it's something a little bit more robust.
Add published. And then what I also want to see you go into is like, are you leading this team? What's your role in the paper? In the same way that we have these bullet points here. Which, by the way, just make sure you're adding more substantial things. And if you have any questions, literally Rootkit Discord at me at Elijah. I am Lordy Cal in the Discord. I know we're about 10 minutes away from close, and then we can also like go maybe 5 minutes after. Lord Cal hit Discord for any questions, comments, concerns.
All right, so I'm gonna give you this example. Let me remove this stuff real quick.
It's an extension of that AI assisted software development. Okay, so it's a part of this project here.
Then add that
Yeah.
to that project.
So
Yeah,
you could
we're
consolidate that with the published with a pending with a paper that you're writing. You can consolidate that with that, or if it's oppressive enough on its own, you can make it. You can put it on its own. Let's see. Date. What is this? What is this date place part? All the information, yeah, remove this. All the information shared in the resume is correct, and I take full responsibility. Yeah, no, it's going to be like in the interview, they're gonna know if you capped or not. Like they're gonna know if everything you're saying is bullshit or not. So you can easily just remove that. I'm gonna do that for you right there. AR VR training organized by XR Club. So is this AR VR development training? Is this just learning how to play Beat Saber for a week or so? Uh, it's gonna be really important to substantiate like what you did in that AR VR training. So I assume augmented reality and then virtual reality. Because if you can show me like, or if you can tell me what exactly you learned from this, we made a sip. Bro, you gotta put that. A VR game for it would be very impressive if it was like published on whatever app library that MetaQuest has. That would be really really cool. But that's something that can be put under the project portion. Because if it's an achievement, like when you're putting an achievement, like this right here is an achievement. Your top 34 out of 10,000, that's an achievement. Making a project is more of a project, not an achievement, if that makes sense. If this got an achievement, like if this got 100 5-star reviews in the App Store, that's an achievement. If this, let's see, and an Android app, XR.
All right, I sent you the link.
Is the PII and stuff like that off of it?
Yep.
All right, hold on. Oh, I literally. That's fun. Da, 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 da. Oh, I left Discord, didn't I? That destroyed my ears again.
You're muted.
Yep, I have to do. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. You did John Smith. Right.
Yeah. So, as we switch over to this again, quick bullet points. Most impressive things up front. Education is not impressive. Again, I don't even care if people have PhDs. Put it at the bottom. I want to know what cool, crazy things have you done. So always put that at the bottom.
Question.
So this guy, the resume, yes, did come in a similar format to this.
Oh, okay.
Things were bolded.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it looked pretty much just like this. So all I did, the 10 seconds, I scrolled all the way down to look at his first bullet point on when he started working, 2018. So now he's been working since 2018. It's 2024. So he has about 6 years of experience. I looked at his most recent spot and I saw Java, Python, all right, and AWS. I was looking for someone specifically with Java and AWS experience. And then I said, okay, I scrolled all the way down to the very, very bottom to see if he had skills. He had his skills listed. And that was it. I said, okay, I'll talk to him. That was it.
So did you
skills sections?
When you did talk to him, did you gauge if he was like lying or not on his resume? How proficient was he in the tasks that you wanted to see him in?
I still haven't talked to him. He's a fresh lead. Gotcha. But no, that's my big point though, is like your resume needs to have key things. This guy has too many words. I'm not going to read your resume with this many words. He hasn't been working long enough for me to read his words anyways. If you've been working for at least a decade, if not two, then you can have 2-3 different like pages on your resume. If you're like sub 5 years, around 5 years, and you're not doing anything crazy, I don't want to read your novel. All right.
Like,
I'm just looking to fill you in a spot.
If you are quite literally reinventing the wheel by age 23, then I want to see, multiple pages on your resume. But if you're doing pretty much the average that other programmers in your field are, then you just want to stick to consolidation and readability for anyone that's going to be looking at your resume.
Yeah, because what will happen a lot of times is people will do that. They'll hook you up. If you pass that look, they'll hook you up with the resume chat. During the actual initial chat, that's when they'll pull up the resume next to you and actually like read through it with you and ask you questions from it. But I'm like, because if I get 5 resumes, I'm busy. So I'm going to look at them real quick. Java dev, AWS. Look, look, look. If I don't see anything that immediately pops out as Java Dev, AWS, I'm moving on. Same thing with yours here. Python. Python isn't shown anywhere, so you should definitely have Python
I
on
got
the
you.
tools there.
I wonder if I
Because like
deleted it.
Django makes sense to us because yeah, if you're using Django, obviously got to be using Python, but
Mhm.
your resume is not going to be reviewed most likely by technical people. It's going to be reviewed by recruiters. Who are recruiters? They're usually kids straight out of college with zero work experience with a business degree.
That's
Do
an
they know
extremely good point because,
they yeah.
oh yeah, because we're gonna know what LLMs are, but somebody that's not versed in anything technical, they just want to see what achievements you made. So if I know,
Well,
even if I don't know what an LLM is, if I know that you increased something by X%, that's gonna look impressive, even from a
well,
non-technical standpoint. What's up?
it's not just there. It's the key words and terms.
Hmm.
So I work with the recruiting team very closely at my current company. And you know how we find new people? We go search on LinkedIn and we use keywords. So they're looking for very basic keywords: Python, Java, AI, LLM, like those key significant words. And then we're hitting the search button. And if your profile comes up, your profile comes up. If it didn't, I don't really give a shit if you wrote a detailed 5-pager explanations of how great you are. If you didn't include the keywords, you're not going to be found. Also, you should have everything on LinkedIn. LinkedIn should be your number one resume because that is the number one recruiting platform.
I will say, in my experience, I've had a lot of success with Handshake, but Handshake is only good to get internships, LinkedIn for actual careers. But that's just my anecdotal experience.
I don't even know what Handshake is, so
Yeah, it's more so used just like when you're in college. You don't want to use it post college, which, if you are going to college, it's a scam. I can tell you firsthand.
yeah, I would just LinkedIn. Everyone knows LinkedIn. Everyone's on LinkedIn. Handshake. If I don't know it, guess what? I'm not doing internships on it.
Hey, fair,
So
fair, fair. That is extremely fair. Or
what other
better
questions
yet,
do you hold?
which I think the final takeaway should be LinkedIn or the company website directly. There's a lot of ghost jobs on LinkedIn. Just finding a posting on the website itself, the company's website directly, will let you know if a job is actually available or not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a two-prong approach.
Yep.
Make sure you have a LinkedIn presence and you turn on open for work, people reach out to you. And then
Mm-hmm.
the second prong is you need to be submitting out your resume. LinkedIn will auto-generate a resume based off your LinkedIn profile. So just use that because it will be in a standard format that everyone's going to be looking for. Honestly, now that I think of it, I think this resume that I was sent was probably generated by LinkedIn.
I don't doubt it. Let's take one more look
I'll
at it
I'll show you it off stream.
for sure. But was this, how many pages was this? I see like there was a lot of
It was 2.
2 pages. Okay, but he
Yeah, it will
has,
make
yeah. What's up?
more sense when you view the actual.
Gotcha. All right.
But
Any last questions before
solid,
we head off? What's up?
solid class, solid reviews for these resumes. Definitely, I prefer the second one and how we outputted the second one later on. The second one is a killer resume. The first one still needed a lot more
Yeah,
work.
there's a lot more
Um,
context to be needed there.
yeah, but killer resume, please, for the love of God, make sure you're advertising yourself.
Hmm.
And if there's numbers like 10,000 teams, put it on there so you actually look cool. If you say top 34, I'm going to assume what the top 34 is out of.
Oh, by the way, I think we should delete this as well. Like, doing a workshop isn't an achievement; just shows that you went there. Like,
Well,
if you got a
it,
certification
it
out of it, then put that there. What's up?
no, for new people, include as much as your self-led stuff as possible. So if you went to a workshop, you attended a class, you watched a course on YouTube, on Udemy, Coursera, put it on there because guess what? Most of your
Okay.
peers are getting off of work and or college and they're going to go play video games, but you're actively doing things. So show me that you're actively doing things by putting achievements and certs. Just don't tell me it was a YouTube playlist or a Udemy playlist or a Coursera playlist, because you're gonna you're gonna lose me real quick.
All right, then I stand corrected on that. All right, looks like there aren't any other questions. I'm gonna call it there. Do you have any last words?
So, great class, man.
All right, appreciate that. All right.